So, hello everybody, and welcome to Magic Month of February. I am really excited to be here. My name is Karila, and I am from the Starlight Temple. And Magic Month is an energy forecast show that allows you to get an overview of what is happening astrologically, energetically, seasonally, in nature, so that you can use that information to have the most aligned and flowful and evolutionary month that you can. And I am, at the moment with Magic Month, I'm being guided to play it live on Facebook as well as on Webinar Jam. So some of you will be listening on Facebook and some of you will be listening on Webinar Jam. But it just feels like it's important to get this information out to as many people as possible. And especially it's important for February, because February is just so delicious. It's rare for me to have a month that I am so excited about forecasting. There's really just so much potential and magical things and powerful energies and exciting things this month. So I'm really excited to share the forecast. It'd be wonderful for those of you listening live if you could use the chat box to co-create this webinar. I know some of you have already said hello, and it's great to see you all listening live, and please do let me know that the technology is working. You can use chat on Facebook as well. I like my webinars to be co-creative. This time is all about coming into circle and coming into tribe, and so please bring your own information, your own guidance, your own insights. Do ask questions, because my guides are with me. I'm a channel, and so I can channel answers for you. If you want to ask questions, I was guided to include a live Q&A. If you are listening on Facebook, then please do also share this. Magic Month is gifted. It is completely free, and hopefully it is helpful to you. And so please share it and make it helpful to other people as well. And that's wonderful that you're feeling incredibly hopeful, Anne. I would love, and great that you're coming to your first time on this webinar, Marie. And so wonderful to see lots of people I know and people I don't know listening to this webinar. I would like to begin by asking, how are you all? How are you feeling? If you're listening live, then yeah, just say how you're feeling, how you're doing. I'm feeling good, actually. February feels really sacred, feels really special. We are definitely in times of great change, but February feels easier than January energetically, and so I'm feeling good and excited about it. And I would like to hear from you guys that are listening live how you are doing. And then we shall go into an opening meditation, and then the forecast, and then my guides, they just want to, they have so much to say. They just want to channel and do all of these activations. It was really strongly guided that this webinar had to be live for the 2222 portal that we are in today, which I'll be talking about. And yeah, emotional, calm, and I can feel that too, like I'm feeling good, but February is very watery, very feminine. There's lots of kind of softening and emotion with it. And the tiredness that a lot of you are bringing up, that's also relevant to February. I'll be talking more about that. Great that you're excited and empowered, Natasha. On Facebook, yeah, you can also type in and co-create, guys, so please do. And I'm sorry you've been sick most of January, Bonnie. It was really intense energies in January, so we're getting a nice little break now for February. For those of you that do not know me, like I said, my name is Karila. I am from the Starlight Temple, and I am a channel, and the Starlight Temple basically holds courses and ceremonies and workshops and sacred soul journeys, which are travel adventures that are all about creating transformation using spirituality and ceremony and channel tools to create life transformation, to live from a greater place of truth and connection and empowerment, however that is for you, and to align with more of your paths. And Magic Month is a staple of the Starlight Temple. We hold it every month, and I am always very, very grateful for it, because it really helps me to align with and understand my month. And hi, lovely to see you've just come on, Nikki. And so welcome. Let's begin with a short meditation to bring us into connection, to open us up to the energies of February, and to arrive. And as you enter this meditation, set your intention to gift yourself this webinar, to gift yourself this time to listen, to receive, to unlock, and to understand. And as you offer this webinar, this time to yourself, notice what happens in your body. Notice how this offering ripples across your energy and brings you into center as you feel a column of light from the center of the universe pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration, and travels down through you into the heart of Mother Gaia, bouncing off the heart of Mother Gaia and traveling back up through you into the heart of Source, so that you are held in a two-way flow of love and light, and really giving yourself permission to be held by these great hearts of creation that are Earth and Source. And as you give yourself permission to be held, feel your aura, your energy expanding in all directions, being sealed from top to bottom in white and golden light. And a foot away from the edge of your aura, experience the violet, rose, gold and green flames wrapping around your aura, so that any energy released from any direction can be instantly transmuted into love and light and sent wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. As you open your heart to being in circle with all of those listening to this webinar now and in the future, in circle with all of the energies the elemental ancestors of the earth, and the goddesses and spirit guides that support this webinar, the star ones. And just allowing yourself to feel held and heard and seen and welcomed by this circle. Opening up to the love that surrounds you now. And let go into that love. As you feel the energy of Mary Magdalena and rose golden light pyramid streaming down around you, for she is supporting and overlighting this webinar. And you feel Goddess Bridget a maiden goddess who is fire and water, whose festival is this weekend in the Northern Hemisphere. Sending fire energy into the depths of you, helping that which is ready to ignite inside of you to spark. Notice what is igniting in yourself. What is sparkling awake at this that is the start of spring. And as Bridget sends her clean, clear, fresh water energy through your emotional and auric fields, notice what is being washed away, what is being cleansed from you. And really feel the invitation from Bridget and Mary Magdalena to simply witness, to observe, to allow, and to hear. And the priest, priestess, and priestie that are supporting this webinar sing harmonics now. Helping you to attune into all of these new energies and ways and realities that are surrounding and becoming. And opening your heart and asking, Why am I here? Why was I called to listen to Magic Month? And just letting your heart answer you in words, in pictures, in sensation, in knowing. As you connect to the energies of February, when you are ready, open your eyes, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, and come into the room. And so I would love to hear from any of you on Facebook or on Webinar Jam how you are feeling. What did your hearts tell you you were here to experience? Why are you listening? And so for me, I had a really clear guidance from my heart that I need to understand. I'm here to understand the sacredness of February. It's a very, very sacred moment for us. And I feel like this webinar is going to unlock it. So I'm excited to hear what the rest of you and your amazing hearts have to say. Called for love and nurturing, beautiful Helen. There is a lot of love. And Facebook lot, I'm not sure if I can see the comments, but if you could type one in, that would be great. I'm here to connect with community, beautiful. And yay, Vijaya, lovely that you made it. And let go of frustration and rebalance and culmination of energy, new phrase. I totally feel that. And that's really exciting. And wonderful that you felt overwhelmed with love. And yeah, Facebook lot, I don't know if you're commenting, but they're not. Oh, there we go. Dina's commented. So to release fears and step into the new. How exciting, Dina. And so you all sound like you have really good reasons for listening and being a part of this circle this evening. And so we're going to go straight into the forecast. Overall, February's energy is really wonderful. It's feminine and it's soft. It's all about, the key to February is about softening into all of this newness. It's got real tantric theme to it, which I'll be talking about. It's about opening up to new dreams. It's obviously a leap year, and so every time we're in a February of a leap year, and especially this month, because there's so many new starts and new, if you've been following Magic Month, you'll know we're at the start of a new 7-year path cycle that began in January, and that newness is really continuing on into February. And so leap years are all about leaps of faith. They're about us taking leaps of faith. It's a month of fire and water, just like Bridget just did. It's a month of inspiration, igniting, and emotion and releasing. It's about a month of us learning to flow more. And there's a real theme of relationships. Our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with life, our relationship with the universe, our relationship with other people. When I was tuning into the month overall, what I kept hearing, because there's so much fertile energy in February, and what I kept hearing was, it's the month that what sets you on fire is fertile. It's fertile with possibilities and inspiration. And so it's awesome. It's awesome. Obviously, everything has its challenges, and I'm sure that February and all of this change is going to have its challenges. But wow, what amazing, supportive and loving energies through those challenges, through those changes. And the first thing to say is that no planets are in retrograde. And so if you're a regular to Magic Month, you will know that retrogrades are fairly common, they're fairly regular. And when a planet's in retrograde, the kind of themes of those planets turn inwards or turn inside out, and the retrogrades actually have quite a big effect on us, especially from a self-work and healing point of view. And from the end of January right through until the 17th of February, there are no planets in retrograde. And this is fairly rare, when there's actually no planets in retrograde in the sky. And what that means, I remember the last time it happened, it was I was in Japan, so it was not like, it must have been a couple of years ago, maybe longer. And it's just such an amazing time for starting new projects, for new beginnings, for visioning and manifesting, because everything is in flow, like the big mega currents of the universe. If you imagine that the moon pulls the ocean, the planets, their currents pull our consciousness, and all of the currents are in flow, and all of the currents are in alignment. And so, and this is just ripe for new beginnings and new starts. And really, it's like, when there's no planets in retrograde, it's like everything you do is blessed. Everything you do has the highest possible potential. It's a really powerful time to be seeding and intending and getting clear on what your new path cycle is all about. And the 1st and 2nd of February is Imbolc in the Northern Hemisphere, which is basically the start of spring. It's when all the little buds are coming out, and it literally translates as in the belly. It's like, so again, there's that like fertile theme. It's like if I know so many of you were really deep in it in January and December, and almost feeling like you couldn't come out into the world, and nothing was clear, and there was a lot of emotion moving because of the eclipses. And now is the time when all of that core work and hard work is budding and blooming and beginning to surface and become clear. And so Imbolc has, February starting with Imbolc. Imbolc is all about new beginnings. And then today is a 222 portal. Actually, February's got a 222 energy theme, which I'll talk about in a minute, but because it's the 2nd of 2020. And when I tuned in, my guides were just like, it's a portal. February is the portal where like, it's kind of like the portal where the old paradigm of the old cycle reflects into the new paradigm of the new cycle, and vice versa. And that's actually then, and there's several portal points of that 222 energy happening this month that are really significant for healing. We're going to be doing one today, because today is one of them. And today's particularly cool because when you write the date, it's called a palindrome. So when you write the date, it says 02/02/2020, and that means that it means that whichever way around you look at it is totally reflective. Do you see what I mean? Like, there is no difference whether you go backwards or forwards. And so it's like it mirrors itself. And that hasn't actually happened like this for 909 years. The last time was on the 11th of November, 1111. And so it's actually a really rare date in our calendar. We won't see it again in our lifetimes. Next time you come even close to that, and it's not as mirrored as this one is on the 12th of December 2021. And so this is an Ascension Portal day. The numbers are calendars. They mark the times of Ascension Portal. And when I tuned into this portal, that is like a portal within the 222 portal, there's it's like the dimensions are thin, the paradigms are thin. What the old the lessons of the old paradigm are being reflected into the new cycle, and the lessons or the wisdoms and light and frequencies from the new cycle are being reflected into the old one. And so it's like Looking Glass. It's like Alice through the Looking Glass moment. It's like, this is the moment that the two cycles are able to cross over. We're able to cross over. And so it's a very, very sacred day, which is really cool. And I'm really happy to be here doing Magic Month, especially because I've been cocooning like the rest of you guys, going, I can't make vlogs, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't vision the future right now in all of those eclipse energies. And so this is the moment that those visions, that future becomes clear. And yes, Carmen, it's like full cycle and no separation. And it's like, it's a becoming portal. And actually reflection is really so key to the future. Our next path cycles are all about reflection. It's all about looking at the reflections in our life and changing the ones we don't like, and nurturing and fertilizing the ones we do like. Because the next cycle is an exchange cycle. And that reflection medicine, that being able to see clearly, to see and speak the truth clearly, is so important. And so, like I said, I'll be talking more about this 222 portal and theme, so you can kind of understand it, because it's really going to help you understand February. But I want to keep moving with the forecast for now. So on the 4th, so the Chinese New Year has begun. It began on the new moon in January, but it's kind of a more official celebration. It's the 4th, and this is also a start of a new cycle, because it's the year of the rat, which is the start of the 12-year cycle in the Chinese calendar. And rat years are good years. We like rat years. Rat years really represent fertility. There's that word again, and abundance. And it's the year of the metal rat. And so it symbolizes stability and longevity. The rat is all about meaningful change. This metal year of the rat is all about meaningful change being possible now. You know, all of those things that we've been like aching for and dreaming of, they're possible now. This is the year they become possible. If you think of the story of the rat and how the rat won the race, the rat won the race through intelligence, through its ability to plan, and to a degree its willingness to take risks. And so the superpower of the rat energy that is available to all of us in this rat year is our abilities to plan. This is a year to be planning, to be seeding, to be laying the foundation. And especially with that leap year theme, it's about taking risks. It's about taking those leaps of faith. And that's where your abundance and good fortune is going to flow, if you take those risks. You know, the rat is all about strength and independence and focus and righteousness and fluency in speech. And these themes, they come through this year, whatever angle you look at, whether you look at it numerologically, astrologically, these are the themes. It's like, you know, this independence and adaptability and really coming into our truth. Like, we cannot keep living our lives, you know, we cannot keep doing the things that are not in alignment with us. And so all of these themes are so important, and it's very much about working from what you are observing. like I said, this is the whole theme for the next 7 years. What you're seeing, what's it telling you about yourself? What is it telling you about what you need to change? This month, you want to make the most out of it? Observe. Observe with fierce honesty. And listen with fierce softness. Because you are gonna, if you do, you are gonna hear the truth. You're gonna find that direction, that new direction of the path. It's and because the rat's around, you're gonna really, have that. Because it's the year of the rat, you're gonna have the opportunities are gonna be there. But you gotta be focused. You've got to be honest. You've got to be in that metal energy. Also, interestingly, there's so much feminine energy. Like the 2 is a feminine number. When I tune into February, it's very, very, very feminine. But metal is a yang energy, and so there's a really nice balance between the male and the female that I actually think we're going to be seeing all year. But it's like, yeah, be soft, listen softly, listen gently, use your feminine when you need to use your feminine, and then use your yang, get ignited and get excited. And one of the things, we're running our channeling course at the moment, and channeling and life are not so far apart from each other. Like, your life is a divine conversation, your life is channeled. And one of the things that the guys keep saying to the group every time, they're like, how you enter is so important for channeling. It's like how you begin, how you enter. And that's what this month is all about. It's about how you enter. How are you entering the next 7-year cycle? Are you going to do it in harmony with your masculine and feminine? Are you going to do it ignited? Are you going to do it focused? Because how you enter is going to be your foundation for the next 7 years. Are you going to do it with a little bit of courage and a little bit of risk and quite a lot of rebellion, like the rat? Are you going to do it with that leap of faith and abundance and good fortune? Are you going to open up to those things that are available? And then we have on the 8th and 9th, the full moon in Leo, and it's the 4th largest moon of the year. And actually a lot of astrologers, normally there's 3 super moons, but a lot of astrologers are saying this year there are 4, and that makes sense to me. It's a 4-year numerologically. 4 is a big theme of this year, and so the moon is ever so wise. And so supermoons means that the themes of that moon are amplified, and so it's one of the 4 supermoons of the year. It's in Leo, and we like Leo because Leo, again, here's this theme of the voice of truth. Leo's all about the raw. And actually, even the astrology around the full moon is good. It's got this Mars theme, and it's all about desire and courage. And it's really got themes of leadership. It's like the full moon is like, come and manifest being leaders in your own life. Manifest becoming the way showers. Manifest becoming the leaders of the revolution in your own life, and consequently outside of you, because your path is a revolution. You would not be listening to this show if your path was not a revolution. It's not going to create a revolution. Like, your path is a revolution that will create change that ripples out to so many generations. And so the full moon is a really good time to manifest. And I would say invocation. Invocation is when we manifest through our voices. So I would say, listen up until the full moon. Listen to what is it that's actually your desire? What is it that you're actually hungry for and thirsty for and wanting more of? And not so get into the essence of it. so that you're not manifesting the you know, the solutions like, oh, I really just want £1,000,000 so that I can be free. Just manifest the freedom. Why do you need the £1,000,000? Like, manifest the freedom. Because that's the one. Manifest the bits, invoke the bits, the so than bits, because so much of the path we cannot see yet. We're still kind of coming out, we're still kind of arriving. And so just get to when you're invoking on the full moon, whatever you do, manifest the bits and open your hearts and come, you know, call upon those super energies. Manifest more courage. We all need more courage right now. The leaders, the inner leaders in us that are starting to awaken and stir, need us to manifest courage and immunity and adaptability. And thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying my delightment and enthusiasm, Bonnie. I am feeling very delighted and enthusiastic about this month, just because it's so juicy and good. Yeah, manifest becoming a leader in your own life. What would that look like? So those are the themes of the moon, and I remind you that courage comes from a word, an old French or Latin word for heart. Courage means to express the heart. And so when you're calling in courage, you're calling in the courage to live the way of the heart, to live the way of the life that makes the heart happy. And then we have Valentine's Day, and I was really kind of drawn when I was tuning in and researching for Magic Month. I was really drawn towards looking up Valentine's Day, because actually in the last 7-year cycles a lot of spiritual work was done around Valentine's Day. Lots of cacao ceremonies, lots of self-love, lots of marrying the self, and I feel like all of that work is still really important. And actually, you know, how much more can you show yourself love than living the life that you want to live, than being the leader in your own life and having the courage to change and having the courage to live the life that you want, and having the courage to take the risks that are going to get you there. But the ancient festival, the Roman festival of that Valentine's Day was placed on, as was all of the Christian festivals placed upon older, more temple festivals, was a festival that was far more about fertility and sexual energy. And yes, Carmen, we are running Bobinzana. Those of you in London, we've got a Bobinzana ceremony. Bobinzana is just such a beautiful heart medicine. Like, I will talk about it more. So Valentine's Day was originally a 3-day festival, and it was really about Tantra. It was about fertility and sexual energy and fertility offerings. It's really been given quite a bad reputation. That festival has got a lot of associations with like devil worship and things like that. But one of the things I've learned is that, you know, the things that the systems tried to suppress within us, they suppress because they're powerful. And our sexual energy, our tantra, is powerful. It is, when we're embodying our self-love, when we're living our truth, our sexual energy is so much more than sex. It's our sovereignty and our oneness and our connectivity and our ability to feel our own truth and express it. Like, our voice belongs to our sexual energy. And I actually feel like this new path cycle all my guys keep talking about is how it's a great collective tantric awakening. And when I tune in to Valentine's Day and those 3 days around it, I'm just like there's so much energy and tantra coming in, and it's like, yeah, do your self-love, but not just from a place of the heart. Love yourself from the heat of the self, from the depths of your desire. And interestingly, the root word of desire, it means, literally translates as of the stars. You know, it's our destiny. Sensuality, the root meaning of the word sensuality, it means the way, it means the path. The reason that we can do things that are out of alignment with our own souls is because we have collectively learned how not to feel, how to be numb, essentially numb, not emotionally numb, sensibly numb. And this next path cycle is about all of us becoming unnumb, so that we cannot, so that it's impossible. You know, if you imagine, if you're not numb, you would never be able to go and work in a slaughterhouse factory if your senses were not numb, because the smell of it, the sensation of it would be too repulsive. You would be repelled from doing that kind of thing. And so these choices that we're making as a human collective consciousness, they come from our collective numbness. And this tantric awakening is about becoming unnumb. It's about letting our life force and our senses back into the moment. It's about becoming present. And so, and I really feel that this new cycle, it's like those tantric festivals, they've got to start being honoured. Those festivals that our ancient temple ancestors knew, you know, at the time when the landscape was fertile. This was a Roman festival, so it's Imbolc time. The landscape is fertile. The fire and water energies are around. It's the beginning of that sexual burst forward in nature. And they knew that they had to embrace it and invite it in themselves. They knew they had to ceremonially belong to that moment. And so I invite you this Valentine's Day to be in ceremony in that way, to really invite more of yourself to become alive, invite more feeling, invite more expression, invite more of your sexual energy out of your shadows and into your bodies. Because it's life force energy. And, you know, as some of you will know, I'm on this like embodiment journey. And the more I'm discovering about this embodiment journey, I'm like, your higher self energy, it is your sexual life force energy. It's you know, when we're living our senses and present, that's when we're living our higher self and our alignment. And so invite it in. And the offerings, you know, obviously you don't have to do a big pagan sacrifice like this festival is famous for, but an offering is a really powerful way to call energy in. So offer some flowers, or offer a story up from your old identity, but offer something, so that you can have more of your life force energy in your body. And there's going to be a lot of kind of tantra, and yeah, when I tune into it, there's a lot of lessons around sovereignty and oneness, which is what my guides say Tantra is all about. It's like, where's your sovereignty and how are you coming into oneness? And is your oneness in shadow, as in people pleasing, or is it in light, as in coming through sovereignty? So that is Valentine's Day. And like I said, we've got, Starlight's got in London a Bobinzana ceremony, and Bobinzana, she is just such, she taught me, she's the medicine that taught me how to be soft, how to love myself softly. She is just such a beautiful heart-opening medicine, and so that's what Starlight has going on. If you want to join us, we would love to have you. And then we go into another kind of portally time. It's like this month is all about arrival, where on the 16th Mars goes into Capricorn, and loads of planets are in Capricorn at the moment. And that's just one more planet going into Capricorn. Loads of planets are in Earth signs at the moment, and that's one more planet going into Earth signs. And you know, the Earth signs, it's all about embodiment, it's all about grounding. This month, part of the new beginning of it, you know, a beginning, as you will have seen from the last few months, beginnings and completion are the same thing. And what this month is also about is about embodying the last 7 years, the last 7-year cycle of your path. Close your eyes a minute. Close your eyes and just connect to the last 7 years, to 21st of December 2012. All of the healing and evolution and creation and change and wisdom of those 7 years. And this month you're gonna be embodying that. Like, that's the invitation from the skies this month, to embody the last 7 years, especially around the middle of the month, so around Valentine's Day, and then Mars in Capricorn. And then straight after that, on the 17th, we have our first retrograde after this time of no planets in retrograde. And it's Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is about communication, really. When Mercury is in retrograde, we are meant to be turning inwards. And so it's kind of like we do all of the seeding at the start of the month, all of this intending and manifesting. And then the second part of the month, and especially during Mercury retrograde until March, is about, March 17th, is about turning. Actually, I'm not sure if it's March 17th. I will check that and confirm with you. That feels quite long, so I'll double check that. But it's about this retrograde, this Mercury retrograde, I feel is about integrating. It's about embodying the last 7 years, just in time for the equinox, when, you know, the equinox, the spring equinox, is when we kind of come out of the process of going into the new cycle and fully arrive in the new cycle. And so this retrograde is really about embodying the last 7 years. And you do that by turning inwards. And then straight after that is, on the 18th or 19th, Sun's in Pisces. Pisces is the end of the astrological year, the astrological cycle of the year. It's all about completion. And so we're completing by embodying. That's how you complete. That's how you integrate, when it arrives into your body. And so you can expect some quite strong physical symptoms around that time. How the body integrates, I have learnt, is through quite intense, sometimes, physical symptoms. But one of the things, and that tiredness, so some of you that are talking about that tiredness, that's the body integrating, you know, that really core tiredness that, like, it's like in the bones. That's actually not tiredness, it's the body grounding in, it's the body integrating, it's the 7 years arriving in the body, which is the habitual consciousness. And one of the things that's come out of the channeling course, which I think is really going to help you guys, is the in the channeling course, we do a lot of heart opening, because connecting is about opening your heart. And opening your heart is very, very easy. It's basically just like opening your eyes. It's letting light into your heart. So it's like drawing back the curtains. And I want you to try this now. So if you open your heart, draw back the curtains, let the light into your heart. And then close your heart, so close those curtains. And as you close your heart, become aware of your energy center, your focus coming up into your head. And then open your heart and feel it dropping into your heart, your focus, your attention. And close your heart and feel how it naturally goes up into your head. And this time you're going to open your heart, but you're going to, as you close your heart, you're going to keep your focus, your energy center, inside your heart, even with it closed. And just notice how that feels. This is a really good state to be in for a couple of minutes during Mercury retrograde. It is a really good state. It's a really good practice. It's how we should be. It helps our integration. So when you feel that tiredness, what you should do is close your heart, but keep your focus in your heart. So essentially you're turning inwards to integrate. Your heart centering inwards in order to integrate. And you're actually helping the heart to become more magnetic, so that this energy can drop and arrive into the body. And you'll find that that tiredness dissolves fairly easily. And you don't have to do this all day. The heart is like, it blinks, it breathes, it's going to be open and closed throughout the day. But even if it's just for 5 minutes at the start or end of your day, this very simple practice will help you to embody and bring in all of that wisdom and healing and shift from the 7-year cycle you have just completed, you are completing. And breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, and when you are ready, sharing. Oh, thanks, Carmen. Yeah, I thought that was wrong. 17th. It is the 9th or 10th that Mercury retrograde will be finishing on. And yeah, I'd like you guys to share what you felt from that heart integration state. So if you're listening live, do share what you felt. I would love to hear from you. For me, it really just calms me down. It's like my body goes, oh, okay. And then I'm finally able to recharge and not experience that tiredness and recenter. And actually integration just becomes easier. And so, and integration and embodiment, they're the same thing in lots of ways. And so then on the 20th, we have another 2222 portal, because it's 2002, 2020. And also Neptune and Jupiter are sextile each other. And this is gorgeous astrologically. It's fairly rare. Neptune is like the planet of spirituality, Jupiter the planet of expansion and abundance. There's obviously the 222 portal energy is activated, and so it's just this beautiful, healing, supportive, expansive, planetary equivalent of an aromatherapy sound bath for the mind, body, and the soul. Energy that just allows you to expand, to let your abundance and spirituality become one, become overflow, to connect to new vibrational heights and frequencies. And that's another like 3-day portal, because obviously on the 22nd it's 22/02/2020, and so that portal is kind of going between the 20th and the 22nd, and it's a really good time to be receiving. It's very, very feminine energy when I tune into it, and so it's like, just suck it in. Just suck, let it soothe, let it heal, let the love and the blessings and the light and the frequencies in, just receive. And that's great, Carmen, that you're feeling the heart energy inwards. And yeah, it can be uncomfortable at first, Vidya, when you're not used to it, but that feeling of it settling, and that vortex energy, that's you supporting your own body in sucking in the 7-year cycle. It's a good thing. And then on the 23rd, so after this 222 portal energy expansion, receiving, another really powerful time to manifest, another really powerful time to be listening and asking, what do I actually want? This whole month needs to be, what do I want? What's my plan? But not the old 3D way of doing that, the 5D way, which is like, okay, I'm going to ask and I'm going to listen and I'm going to let my emotions and my sensuality show me. I'm going to notice what ignites and excites me. I'm going to see what signs I get. I'm going to open up to new dreams coming through. And then on the 23rd, we've got a really lovely energy moon, new moon in Pisces, really preparing us. Again, the moon and all of this month is preparing us for the kind of grand new beginning that is March, which is the final part of the start of the astrological year, the equinox, start of the spring, everything's arriving. And Venus is square Jupiter on the new moon, and so that's about long-term vision, again manifesting what is this plan. It's probably going to be arrived by then, or at least the skeletal version of it. And so it's starting to really manifest, use that moon energy to manifest. Venus and Jupiter's about path and abundance, and Venus is about love. And so when they're working together, it's all about the path. It's all about expanding that which we love. It's about our path and our pleasure being the same thing, and our day and our destiny being the same thing. And then on the 29th is that leap year that's giving us, and it's got a numerology code of 8, which is again a tantric number. It's all about balance and infinite potential of the soul. And like, we are just, it's like, okay, leap beyond what you know, leap into this new path cycle, because it's gonna be filled with the unknown. And so isn't that an awesome forecast, guys? Like, totally love it. If you have questions about it, if there's anything you're not clear about, please let me know. Message. I just want to talk about this 222. So 2, my guides say, is the most feminine number. So it's really about working with the goddess ways, the yin energy. There's no need to push. Rather than push, listen. Rather than strive, soften. Rather than struggle, soften. So often when there's big emotion coming up, it's because we're pushing it down that it makes it painful. Whereas if we just soften through it, it becomes poetry. 222 is all about new beginnings and expanding with the universe by softening into them. It's about cooperation and harmonizing. Good medicines for this month are things like sound baths and kirtan, and things that are all about harmonizing. Heart medicines, cacao, bobinzana, that are about softening. The cooperation, this whole thing of relationship, like what's the key to a good relationship? It's communication. We have got to start talking and listening to ourselves, to life, to the universe. The divine conversation is key to this entire year. And the divine conversation happens within you. And one of the things that I know has been coming up for loads of people is this feeling of flatness. So this feeling of like really disconnected, disenchanted, flat, bored energy. And my guides have literally said that that is a frequency that belonged to the numbness, that belonged to the Piscean age of, which essentially was being able to lie, which was being able to lie to yourself and other people. That flatness, it's releasing out of the collective system, it's releasing out of the system of the self. And one of the things that can really help when there is a frequency releasing is kirtan and sound work. So going to kirtan retunes you, sound work retunes you, listening to sound meditations, even just listening to music that you love, that opens your heart, it retunes you. So if that flatness is coming up, you need to set the intention to be retuned. And it's almost like, you know, like when an instrument's being tuned, it's like it gets worse, it gets more flat before it comes back into tune. That's all that's happening when that flatness is coming out, when that disenchantment is coming out. And so there's that. That is a bit of advice that came through when I tuned into this kind of two-way and softening. It's about cooperating. We've got to start learning to cooperate. The global stage is very much showing us how much we are not good at cooperating and how we need to start learning how to cooperate. And cooperation begins with the self. Are you cooperating with your desires? Are you conversing? Are you talking? And are you listening as well as talking? And these are the invitations for this month. And really sometimes it's just about asking, you know, universe, what's going to make me most fulfilled? Universe, how can I be of service? What's igniting me? What's moving me? You know, these are the questions to be asking, especially at the start of the month where there's no planets in retrograde. And when you hit on something, just manifest it, just seed it, just invoke it right there and then when you're like, oh, just had this amazing idea. Okay, universe, I manifest all of the skills and tools that I need for this idea. I manifest all of the healing and things I need for this idea. And so, is there anything from the forecast that you would like to know about? Do you have questions? My guides are with me and I was guided to do a live Q&A. So if you have questions, do ask them in. I was also guided to do a big path code activation so that you can receive some of the codes from this portal. And if you're listening in the future, trust that you are still receiving it at the right time for you. So we will do that as soon as we are ready to go with it. But I want to see if there's any questions or anything else that you guys want to know about this month. The only other thing I would say is that, you know, the divine conversation, it happens through truth. We really got to start finding the divinity in our own truth as a collective. And that means that we need to, as way showers, we need to live with fierce truth. These white lies, these denials, they've got to start falling away now. These excuses, they've got to start falling away from our habitualness. And we have to remerge the senses and the voice, the sense of self and the voice. And so that's a really good intention to set for this month as well. It's like, I'm going to be more honest. And you know what? Like, I thought that I was a pretty honest person. And then I set that intention and I was like, you know, I'm too good at making an excuse to myself. And I'm definitely too good at making excuses to others, or not being honest with somebody that's pushing my boundaries. Like, it's, yeah, it's important. It really is, especially with what we're seeing on the world, like all the lies in the media and politics and stuff. If we don't want to live in that world, we've got to not live in that world. We've got to speak our truth more fiercely. We've got to be more firm. So it sounds like none of you have questions. So before we go into this transmission, there's a few things that I want to let you know about on Facebook. Look, I'm going to post it on Facebook for you. So I'm really excited to announce that Starlight is going to be holding the 5 Elements of the Soul course, which I have been guided. When we first ran this course, it was done for like 6 weeks. And this time I've been guided to run it for 6 months. So you are literally with an element for a whole month. And there's all these wonderful additions coming into it. And you know, the elements of the soul, it's a transformation journey. You meet the part of your soul that is water, and you learn what you need to learn about flow, and you purify what you need to purify. You meet the part of your soul that is fire, and you learn how to ignite and transform. And the elements, they're masters of change. And so this journey is a temple journey of changing, of creating change in your life. And it's going to be running from March equinox to autumn equinox. It's very, very spacious because it's a yin journey. So there's only one thing a week to actually do. And most of the time you're held in the energy and you're taken on just this incredible, incredible journey. There are limited places on it because there's a lot, you know, everybody's going to be held in so much energy for it. And yeah, it's also about kind of bringing these elements into the sacral energy, the life force energy. I'm really excited about it. I haven't had signs for a course like I've had signs for this. Like the level of signs I've had, it's like the universe is insisting on this course happening. And so we have that. If you are interested, you just click find out more and it will open in another tab, and I'll put it up on Facebook underneath this video for those of you that are listening in on Facebook. And then the other thing that I'm so excited about is we have our first Starlight Soul journey of the new decade and the new cycle to the sacred, amazing, light-filled land that is Portugal. And Starlight Soul journeys are these incredibly transformational, life-changing journeys that you're working in oneness with the land and the collective consciousness and multi-dimensions, and they are just immersive and magical and sacred, and they are soul contracts. And this one is all about magnetic repair. So it's all about bringing the 7 sacred states of self-love back into our magnetic fields, into the magnetism of our sexual energy. It's a brilliant one for people that feel disconnected from their sexual energy, from their that feel like they've got sexual wounding that is blocking them. But we're going to be working with you know, it's going to go very deep. We're going to be working with the land. The land holds all the medicine on this journey. We're going to be working with the magnetism of Gaia and the collective consciousness. It's just magical. It's called Rise. And yeah, if you're called, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the pull to it. And you should definitely come because, yeah, it's just such a sacred, amazing way to serve and to heal and to reconnect and to love and to evolve and create transformation in your life. The Starlight Soul Journeys, we only run a few a year, but they are the most transformational, quickest process of creating change in yourself and your life. And they're the most fun. Like, we have so much fun. So if you want to find out more about that, that's going to be on in May. You click the button to find out more. And then lastly, I will put up, obviously Starlight always has loads going on, lots of free things. I'll probably do some more portal stuff with this 222. So if you want to join our free resources temple space on Facebook, you Life Alchemy with Starlight Soul Journeys, you can click join the group. That's completely free. It can open up in another tab. And so really, Carmen, you knew we were going to run it around Christmas. I didn't know. I didn't know. I was really resistant to running the 5 elements of the soul. And literally the symbol for it is dragonfly. And everywhere I go, there's just dragonflies. Like, the universe is insisting on this one being on. And we haven't run it for so long. And there's so much new stuff coming into it. Like, all the ceremonies and stuff are being re-recorded. And I'm just so excited about it. And so that is our Starlight's offerings. Obviously, we've also got Bob Vinsana on the Sunday of Valentine's weekend. So I think that's the 16th. We would love to have any of you that are called. The 5 Elements of the Soul course is online. Bob Vinsana is in London, and the Rise, a Starlight Soul Journey to Portugal, is in Portugal, in Sagres. Although I've been told I say that wrong and say it the English beer way and not the Portuguese way. Also, I've pulled 2 cards for us. And one of them is miracles. And one of them is trust. And, you know, this leap of faith, the more you trust, the more miracles you get. And that is a wisdom that I know from living it. That is a wisdom that I know. And I'm not saying go crazy, go manic. Like, I know these things are step by step. But take even a little leap of faith is better than being stuck. Yes, I will put up the Elements of the Soul course again, Marie. So I will put that up now. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, this month is all about becoming unstuck. And even the tiniest leap of faith, even the tiniest change, even speaking your truth unfiltered is a leap of faith. Out of the old paradigm, out of the 3D and into the 5D. And so opening up to miracles and getting comfortable with trust. When you are ready, closing your eyes and feeling Mary Magdalena's rose golden light surrounding you, inviting you to be softer, to softly open to this, to mirror portal that is activated in the collective consciousness and happening through your own energies. And this mirror portal is mirrored with the two portal towards the end of your month. And these portals allow for the reflections of the Akashic of your last path cycle to dissolve. And the reflections of the Akashic of your new 7-year cycle to activate, to transmit as light frequency into all directions of your life, inside the two portals. The process activated today and completed on the 22nd of the 2nd, in time for the new moon. Your two past cycles are one. They are reflections of where you have come from and where you are becoming. And allow yourself to have the awareness of this inner alignment. Tuning into the different frequencies tuning into the potential and vibrational heights of the one that is becoming, and honoring that which it is growing, spiraling out from. This moment of embodiment where they merge, where they meet, where one becomes another. And feeling Mary Magdalena and Archangel Metatron activating the new Akashic path code for you in a Merkaba of light. Around you now. And in your mind's eye, in your heart and in your sacral centers, as you open these three centers of connectivity, experience the new code that is the seed of frequency, which is the vibration that turns love into light, and creates formation, the manifestation of the witnessed reality that is destiny. And opening up and listening, experiencing this Akashic seeding. And releasing that is happening through the spinning of this Merkaba, as Mary Magdalena's energy. As medicine moves from your sacral centers, crossing over in your hearts and meeting at your throat. Feel this figure of 8. Light medicine that she gives to you now, winding. The voice, the vocal expression, into oneness with the sensuality of the self, the sense of the self. As you feel your courage, your heart and voice becoming one. Your dream, your vision. And bliss, third eye, and crown becoming one. Your radiance, your life force energy. Expressing as charisma your sacral centers and solar plexuses becoming one, so that your sexual energy is your charisma, your radiance. Your heart energy is your expression. When heart and voice become one, this is your divinity. As your third eye and crown become one, your life becomes the way to Eden, and feeling these intentions integrating these three centers as one, being magnetized with the pulse of your root chakra, so that the Akashic path codes can be integrated and embodied. And this light path code Merkaba will be activated in your energy field until the new moon. Helping the sleeping path inspiration to ignite. And the way of the senses to flow. This month is all about ignition and flow. And we remind you that the way that you enter is all that you are responsible for. Choose to enter this new path cycle with grace, with reverence, with excitement, with wonder and with love for yourself, with commitment to truth. And as this Merkaba begins to spin in multi-directions now, it comes into oneness with your aura until it is ready to dissolve. And the violet flame comes through your energy body, transmuting all energy that does not serve or belong into love and light. And a golden rain shower of light pours down, taking any energy that is meant to go to Gaia, to Gaia. And a big beam of source light comes in, taking any energy that's meant to go somewhere else, wherever it is in the higher scope for it to go. And you send your love and gratitude to the priest, priestess and priestie who sing integration harmonics to you. Closing your hearts and letting your focus stay in your heart so that you integrate. You send your love and gratitude to Metatron, Mary Magdalena and the Star Being, to the circle that we have sat with in spirit and in human form, to all of Gaia, all of mankind and all of the universe. You open your heart to the divine conversation that is your February journey. And to all of these supportive, fertile, potential energies. And you breathe in love and you breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and you breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. So I would love to hear how you are. Beautiful Anne, feeling soothed and inspired. And yes, looking forward to the big changes that are happening this year. We are all ready for change. I'm going to put up the Portugal journey for those of you that want to find out more. You can click that, put that up again. I'd like to thank you all so much. It's felt like a really special magic month. And that's because your energies are beautiful and you are all wonderful. I'm glad you're feeling sleepy. Go and integrate, Marie. It is nearly bedtime. And this is what I wanted to... I'm going to end by playing the Elements of the Soul video for the webinar lot. Facebook, look, I will put your links up underneath. So much love and light and blessings and magic and truth to you all. You guys.